What's going on, Jeromes? So Thursday Night Football wasn't garbage for once, and the Atlanta Falcons, led by Kirk Cousins, defeated the Tampa Bay Buccaneers 36-30, walk-off, touchdown, Kadarius Hodge, blah, 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 all that stuff. Oh, by the way, so first off, this video isn't about the Falcons. So Falcons fans, I know that the Dirty Birds, all y'all are just going to be down there in the comments. Doesn't matter. Also, if you're... So we got some feedback that some people don't like when we call Kirk Cousins Kurt Cousins. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I got something to tell you. Man the f*** up. Otherwise, it's going to be a long haul, man. This channel isn't for you. Like, if you don't like subtle, passive-aggressive jokes that are driven into the ground, I got nothing for you. There's many other mediocre football channels for you to partake and spend your time. So check that out. But, of course, Kurt and the Vikings, I mean, it was real. It was fun. Was it real fun? I don't know. But the Tin Pot Pizza Ranch dictator swapped things out for a two-piece and a biscuit, becoming the Waffle House dictator. Scattered, covered, smothered. Baby, let's go, man. As well as, yes, he did take the money and ran, but it's okay. Things have worked out for everyone involved because the best part of breaking up is finding someone else you can't get enough of. Or something like that, right? But, of course, the Falcons did tamper with Kurt. But you knew that nothing was going to happen to the Falcons, even though Kurt admitted in his introductory presser that he met with the medical staff and the PR staff during legal tampering, which you're not allowed to do. Only agents allowed to make contact with the team. But the Falcons CEO is head of the competition committee, so of course nothing was going to happen, right? But like we said, things tend to work out. I mean, the plan was to move on from Kurt with a 21-year-old blonde, but now we got a spicy ginger, and things are certainly working out pretty damn good for all parties involved. But Cousins, I mean, he lit things up against the Buccaneers. He broke Matt Ryan's franchise record for passing yardage on Matt Ryan night, which is funny. Also, I like that Falcons owner Arthur Blank inducted himself into the Ring of Honor before Matt Ryan. Also, I feel like you're not allowed to induct yourself into a Ring of Honor, but that's an argument for another day. But also, context is important here too. So Kirk Cousins, obviously put up big numbers. Obviously got it done at the end of the game-winning drive, which is fantastic. But this is less about Kurt and more about the media narrative shift. But I do have to point out, I mean, Kurt threw 58 times. I feel like most quarterbacks in the National Football League, if you let them throw 58 times, are going to throw for at least 450 yards. I mean, maybe Caleb Williams puts up 250 or something like that. I don't know. 114.8 quarterback rating. I mean, he was good. Don't get me wrong, but it's not like he reinvented the wheel. It's not like he modernized the modern passing game. Nothing like that. Also, I mean, the Bucs were without Kalijah Kancey, their best interior pass rusher, as well as Antoine Winfield Jr. Plus, the Bucs defense was just gassed at the end. So, I don't know. Plus, Bucky Irvin, come on, man. You're our guy. Come on. But, of course, it is the first game of October, so Kurt-tober is in full effect. Also, I don't know what... I don't know what the surf swag is, but maybe it just is me getting old, but I don't think Kurt should lead it. That's it. But like I said, this video is less about Kurt and it's more about the shifting of narratives, right? So now everyone and their mom is just like, oh, Kirk Cousins. Oh, he's 36. Oh, he's coming off Achilles. Oh, we got paid by the Falcons. Oh, here we go. Super Bowl homeboy. And, oh, by the way, you know that the NFL scriptwriters are just going to have Vikings versus Falcons NFC title game, right? And also they're probably going to flex Vikings Falcons later on in the season to prime time. So since primetime Kirk is primetime Kurt now, yeah. But it's going to be a rematch in '98 at US Bank Stadium, the same site as the Metrodome, just to exorcise the demons, right? Put them on P90X, right? But of course, the narrative shift. Like for the Falcons, it's just like, oh, look at Kirk go. But just remember, with the Vikings, all of the narratives was like, Kurt can't get it done in prime time. Oh, here we go again. Oh, empty stats. Oh, 4th and 8 check down to Hockenson in the playoff game. Oh, blah 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 blah. The 180, like we talked about this too during the offseason several times, that it was going to be so obvious that as soon as Kirk Cousins ceased to be a Minnesota Viking and joined any other team, all of a sudden he was going to be the best thing since sliced bread, right? And it's just ridiculous. Here's two from Trey Wingo. Since joining Minnesota, Cousins' team is 0-10 against teams that finished with 10 or more wins, 2-10 against teams that ended up making the playoffs, with both wins coming over the Eagles, 3-11-1 against teams that entered the NFL with a winning record, which is not good. Trying to end all of it. And then Trey Wingo last night. Oh, Kirk Cousins, the new Mr. Clutch of primetime. This was his 15th game-winning drive since 2021. Hey, where did he have a lot of those game-winning drives in 2021, 2022, and 2023? Where were they? Were they just on some team that should not be named? Are they the Minnesota Voldemorts? Oh, yeah. 4 more than anyone else in football over that time frame. Oh, that's weird, because I never really heard that narrative from 2021, 2022, and 2023. I just never heard that at all, because Kurt actually led eight fourth quarter game-winning drive / comeback wins in 2022 when the Vikings went 13-4. But was the media creaming in their jeans because of that? No, they were making up false narratives about, oh, you know, it's really important, point differential, right? Right. It's just ridiculous. But, of course, we're used to it, because when Kurt was a Viking, they included his piss poor primetime record with some terrible Washington teams, because it just that matters. That factors in, because anyone wearing purple, you put your thumb down on the scale and make sure you screw them over. But all of a sudden, magically, oh, look how the goalposts have moved, right? So Kirk Cousins in his last 10 primetime games, just 10 now. So you're just lopping off everything that came before 10. You're just not taking into account the Washington record, which they always did with the Vikings. No problem. But 6-4, blah, 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 blah. Where did he get most of those wins? Huh? What team was he on? Just ridiculous, man. It's just so... Well, on one hand, it's frustrating, but on the other hand, it's so just freaking obvious how they've completely changed the narratives. They moved the goalposts on everything. The second that he stopped being a Viking, all of a sudden, Kirk Cousins is the bee's knees. That's what happens, man. But it's okay. Like, I mean, Kurt having that amazing game would have been tougher to handle if Sam Darnold wasn't playing like an MVP can. Oh, slinging Sam Darnold, the September NFC Offensive Player of the Month, by the way. No big deal. But your thoughts are thoughts. The media narrative magically shifting with Kirk Cousins now that he's on a different team. It's weird, huh? Let us know your thoughts, our thoughts, comment section below. Subscribe for daily Vikings takes. Want to support the work? Put a little something in the Venmo. But till next time, Skol, production value.